In this video I'm going to replace the rusty rocker panel on the other side of this Mazda 3.
To be honest, this car is not an impressive car, but it should be a car that brings my girlfriend safely to her destination. Yet right now it's failing her miserably. This car suffers a lot from rust, and I gave my word to my girlfriend to fix her car by the end of month.
So I'm going to show you quickly what I've done so far. In the last video we've replaced this rocker panel here. The goal of today is to get the car on the lift again and of course weld in the new rocker panel.
At first we are going to remove the fender and wheel. Here we are marking with a string where to cut the rocker panel. And now let's cut it. Now we are separating the panel at the pinch weld. And off it comes. So let's take a look at how the rear arch is looking on this side. Here we are grinding off some filler. And to be honest, this isn't looking great either. The metal is very rotten, so I decided to cut it out and found out that the inner arch is also rusty.
Well, this car is a mess. The wheel arch was completely rotted out and I had to remove it. The thing is, the metal here on the edge I could even remove with my bare hands. It was like cracking some cookies or something like that. So we need to buy a whole wheel arch because I can't bend that. I don't have the skills for that. We are now going to cut away the second layer. So this layer here is going to get cut away.
And here you can see the inner structure. I'm really glad that I removed the middle layer from the pinch. But after some grinding and rust converter, it now looks good. Now let's weld on the newly fabricated middle section.
So this pinch section here is made of 3 different layers. There's the inner structure, the middle layer and the outer layer, aka the sill or rocker panel. On this side here I've already cut out the old rocker panel, the middle layer, and replaced the whole middle layer here. I've already prepared the metal which then pieces together into one sill. So I have 3 of these pieces here. Each of them is exactly 50 centimeters long, which adds up to 1 meter 50. So yeah, basically this is our rocker panel, almost. The rocker panel we've bent goes till here and the wheel arch comes with the panel underneath here like so. Till about here. Right now I'm trying to piece them together. They have to perfectly fit here at the gaps between the 2 metals. So this is number 1 and I think this is going to be number 2. They fit good together. Yeah. Perfect. Now I'm going to screw them onto the wooden piece here at the bottom and try to make it as straight as possible with this thing here. I know it's a little bit janky, but you know, this rocker panel costs about 20 euros, so it's good enough. Perfect! Fully welded through. So the next thing on the list is to grind down all of the welds here and here.
So, grinding again.
The next step is to fully shape the whole rocker panel.
Here I'm trying to get this panel as straight as possible with my tools. And even if it doesn't look like it, at the end it was pretty straight.
But before the rocker panel is going on, I'm going to grind down these welds here and protect it. Finished! Now it is time to test fit the sill and hopefully prepare everything so that we can weld them. Looks good! So, let's drill some holes.
These holes are needed to put in some screws and secure the panel on the car. Now let's put in some screws.
Now we are going to mark the cutoff line. That's actually quite uncomfortable. Yeah, here. I've put on the fender again because I want to see how it looks here. So we have a little bit of a problem again here. Our sill isn't lining up with this fender here. So we need to bring it a little bit up here. Actually looks quite good. There's obviously a part missing here that I have to fill up then. But this is going to get done when the car is in the lift again. But now I'm massaging the panel a little bit to fit properly.
After the Thai massage with a hammer, we are going to cut out the old rocker panel right where the new one overlaps it.
So now we are going to trim out every unnecessary bit of this rocker panel.
I have marked it when I was under the car before. And now we are preparing the sill for some weld-through primer to protect the inside against rust. After stancing the holes, I sprayed the panel again with some primer.
So the next step is to fully prep the car. Therefore I'm going to grind off the paint of these edges here. And on the inside there's a bunch of cable grease. And I need to remove that because otherwise the car is going to burn down in flames. And I don't want to do that because I have put a lot of effort in the car to this point.
So, burning it down would be quite inefficient. Wow, some Austrian trades are currently coming through.
I believe that it is time to finally weld the rocker panel. And I'm really nervous because, you know, you're actually trying to get the panels underneath in a good condition. You're replacing a few parts of it and now it is time to cover it up. And by covering the thing up, a lot of things can happen. Like for example, I can set fire to the inside, which wouldn't be quite good. Or I can mess up with the rocker panel, like I don't know, have enormous gaps, and I don't want to have that. Yeah, let's try to make it perfect.
Showtime. Now we have to get it right. So, did we manage to get this rocker panel looking good?
Looks quite presentable. It's not finished because I want to finish it up on the lift. So after many hours of work, we are finally at this point where we can lift up this car again. Hopefully all the work we've done is holding up. So let's try. Please no crunch, please no crunch. Well, let's take a look. Oh yeah, this one here looks sturdy. Yeah. This one here also looks really sturdy. So, how are you looking here? Also really sturdy. And last checking point. Well, looks great. So, let's lift the car up in the air. Yes! Finally! It's on the lift again.
So, we reached all of our goals for the day, but there's still a lot to do. Not to mention, we only have 8 days left to finish this car.